Chad's internal realization of weakness has now externalized, and William notices it as he locks on his gaze. Chad has let out blood, and William hasn't eaten in weeks.
Listen, really, I swear, he has a bad reputation for it. He's like, what? William, what are you doing? Are you starting it over there?
No, I'm not.
Oh, what?
Like a wounded seal, Chad is praying that the subject changes before he gets pounced on. His strength to fight this battle one-on-one is non-existent as he clutches the mic in fear. Before choosing to engage in battle, William offered Chad multiple attempts and plenty of dead silent space to give his input and partake in his silliness. But all William feels he received is negative judgment. Tying things together, for William to previously ask, "Are you a comedian?" allows him to defend himself from the negative view that the audience will come to have as a result of this awkward moment. And it simultaneously sends the implicit message of, if you were funny, you would have engaged in my stupidity with me. I will not let your negative judgment of me slide. William, feeling justified in his rage, is about to smite down Chad. But Chad, in his weakness, acting quickly, does this.
Oh, what? Why are you looking Chad up and down?
Yeah,
like
he's
that?
sizing me up all of a sudden.
I think I could kick this down.
Whoa, William.
Beat your
Do not try.
yeah, no, and I ask again. So what are you, a comic or something?
Whoa, William.
I can take your ass.
Chad realizes that he can't do this alone. He needs help from the cavalry, making an implicit appeal to Tony as to why William is pressing him instead of just handling it himself. In this way, Chad shrinks back into the group, and from here begins to sacrifice the potential strength of his individuality for the more secure, less honorable strength of the group. Through this assimilation, William now becomes the underdog. William is no longer looking at his prey of Chad. No, now he's fighting against the group, where Chad will soon be hiding with him. The realization that he is the underdog now makes William feel justified in elevating the confrontation to the next level. With this realization, will William go all out against a bigger opponent, or will he regroup and look for an opportunity to alienate Chad?
Whoa, William.
I can take your ass.
Whoa, William, don't do that. William, don't do that.
My dog has worms, Tony.
After making an attack as the newfound underdog, there's a long, intentional silence. During this silence, both of them are leaning away from each other, as if there is a revulsion to the literal tension that is growing between them. Physically leaning away from an interaction can also help with judgment. It's a small way to remove yourself from the situation and think more clearly. The greater the lean, the greater the tension. However, this also implies that both of their emotional states are spiked, and high enough to the extent that they are both clouded enough to the point where they need to take an action like this in order to see the situation better. Psychological distance and tension affects cognition and decision making. Creating physical distance can lead to higher level abstract thinking, reducing the impact of immediate emotions on judgment. Spiked emotions lead to greater volatility and unreliability. Through the silence and the lean, William is able to make the judgment of Chad's surrender through assimilation into the group. So William backs off, for now, changing the subject. Like the video and subscribe for more stories in communication psychology. However, contrary to William's belief, Chad is not backing down. No, he's merely regrouping. And once William realizes this, his fury will be exponentially greater than it would have been before being misled.
It's worms, Tony, and the vet is telling me that this is the first time in my life I've been gaslit, Tony. Isn't that what gaslighting is, when you know something's true, but people are telling you it's not true? It's been the worst week of my life.
But we start to see something very strange begin to happen. As William speaks, Chad begins to offer more and more eye contact. William can feel the heat and the pressure from Chad's gaze, and it surprises him as he turns, notices him, and then locks on again to him. William backed off before, but the strength in Chad's stare makes William realize that the war is still here. And it is at this moment that William locks onto Chad's eyes, as if in preparation to send a psychological predator missile his way. Now that Chad is showing passive strength on behalf of the group, William feels justified in calling off his mercy. As Tony begins to launch attacks on behalf of the group, Chad's eye contact takes on a much more sinister underlying intention.
And week of my life! That was kind of a dumb idea. Normally you all are good at that. That was kind of a stupid deal on that one.
That was a good one. Why are you turning on everybody? Yeah.
Because I'm not happy right now.
Because of the worm in the poo?
Shoes. I haven't worn these shoes a lot.
Oh, those shoes are terrible.
I thought for a second you were about to say you liked them or something. Oh, gosh.
Oh, God.
You don't like them?
Why would you wear shoes that give you blisters? William, you're rich now.
Canadian tax up there, so no, I mean, it's not good. I ended up losing money this past week.
You didn't lose money, exactly, but it's... Canada sucks.
Through this segment, Chad is holding his eye contact more and more and more. Chad's maintaining of his gaze as Tony berates William cues us into the reality of the strength that Chad feels when a part of this group. Remembering that when he was on his own, he intentionally averted his gaze as Tony spoke. William first turns on the band, but gets shut down by Tony. And that is non-verbally co-signed by Chad. As the attention comes off of him for a